What is going on, All Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you know the drill. It does not matter. Wait, it does matter what you drive tonight.
It's Monday.
It's Monday. It's Bronco Talk Live. It's Ford Bronco Talk Live, and it is presented to you by nobody. But that spot is available for somebody who wants to help fund this for my career. Anyways, what is going on, everybody?
Ballsy.
Hey, man, you go big or go home, right?
Is that what you do?
Well, so you just got to send it sometimes. But tonight is Bronco Talk Live, and that's right. And there was a little bit of news. I've been waiting all day for some big news to drop, and just hadn't happened just yet. But it's coming. The 23s are coming. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And we've had a busy couple of weeks, and I feel like we just kind of need to just decompress with that. That's why you guys haven't seen much videos the past week, is because, well, that we were traveling again. And Daddy's tired.
Which is great because it's day in the life, right?
That's right. That's right.
That's what we signed up for.
But if you're friends with us on Facebook, you'll see me singing karaoke, by the way. So that's a highlight.
Did you post it?
I did. I put it on our Facebook page.
When did you post it?
I don't remember, but there's some journey. So
Lord, am I in it?
Yeah, you're in it. But what is going on, everybody?
No.
Oh man, it's a good one tonight. You get a little low energy for me tonight, to be honest. Not feeling 100%, but like I said, we've had a travel. We've probably 2,200 miles. No, I mean, not that that's like ridiculous, but when you're not used to doing it all the time, driving it is. We're used kind of flying. And
we did the Michigan thing where we drove last weekend, and then we did the Gatlinburg thing where we drove this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Honest says nice haircut. Thank you, sir. This is a freshie. I about 2 hours ago got this haircut, and got to show it off, man. Got to show off.
Doug Robinson says hat.
I know. It'll probably happen.
See, he's not bald.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, I'm closer than I was. We'll say that. But Kelly, we got to start the show, and we don't start it unless you do something. So get to your introductions.
I'm on it.
Look at that. No, we're not fighting about it today.
We're not fighting tonight because I know I'm on it. So Terrence Mooney in the house. Overlanding for fun. Tim says, of course, what did I win today? Bird Dog Overland. Bronco 78. Da Vinci. Frank B.
What's up,
How
Frank?
y'all doing?
Frankie.
Bryce Gardner. Airplane Mike.
Mr. Mike.
Jeffrey Babb.
Positivity Wins is here.
YouTube Car Spotters Guide. That's my thing to do. Stop it. I guess we are going to fall, or we are going to fight tonight. Positivity Wins says, howdy. I'm actually on time this week.
Nice.
I know, because Dave's early.
2 minutes. She was
so Overlanding for Fun said producer Kelly must be running the show tonight.
No,
it was totally Dave.
No,
totally Dave being early tonight.
That's right.
Jessica Dunn in the house. Bubby in the house. Dirk Connor. Howdy, everyone. Zach Rogers. Nicholas French. Michael Cooper. YouTube Car Spotters Guide says, hit the like button.
Kevin Monet. Go Preds. Hey, hockey's
Go Red
coming.
Wings.
I love football too, but hockey's coming. So
Airplane Garage in the house. Kevin Monet says, go Wings.
No.
Go Wings.
No.
I'm with you. Go Wings. Go Wings. Mobile Moto in the house this evening. Doug Robinson. Honest Smith. Mobile Moto. Already said that. Sorry. This weekend was a traveling weekend for this guy. For you? Nice. Jonathan Falds. Steve P.
What's up, Steve P?
And Mark Treadway in the house. Iconic Bronco. Allie Dubois.
They just
Flo
keep
Juarez. Robin O'Malley.
And... Allie, can we get you a link and you jump in tonight? All right, do you have a few minutes? Because I would really like to discuss some Ford things.
Not everyone is camera ready, sir.
I did not. That's why I asked.
Nikki Brewer in the house.
Politely ask.
Mark Treadway says, my Bronco is scheduled to be built this Wednesday. Finally. Yay!
Nice. Congratulations. And speaking of that, I've had like 5 people hit us up this past week just getting their Broncos. I love that you guys are sharing that with us because, it's fun for us as well. I feel like we've been on this journey with you guys, and I like to see you guys win for a moment. But I see Flo's in the house, and I'll be right back, Kelly. I got to do something.
He's come. I know what he's going to do. Oh, nice, Kevin. Says my sister in Boulder finally got her Bronco in Cyber Orange. Funny we talk about Cyber Orange tonight because yeah. Allie, cool. We'll get you a link. We'll get you one sent over so that way you can go ahead and join us. It's more fun to be in your Bronco, so it's cool. Allie said she can join, but she'll be in her Bronco.
That's even better. Kelly, you're friends with Allie, right? Or
yes.
I can get her a link through Instagram, probably.
Yeah. I'm friends with her on Facebook.
All right. First off, I want to do this before I forget. Flo sent us some booze and a an SD card, and because we've been gone,
we haven't done anything with the SD card yet.
But anytime somebody sends us booze, we do. I mean, God, that sounds horrible, but we do greatly appreciate that. So, Flo sent this Heaven's Door, and it is what we got here, 108 proof.
Ooh, buddy.
Ooh, we'll put this in back here for right now, Flo. But I thank you gratefully for that. And Kelly, here, I can't introduce your booze.
Whitehaven Marlboro Sauvignon Blanc. See, he couldn't have said it right anyway.
No,
so
not at all.
Nice.
Not at
thank
all.
You, thank you.
We do greatly appreciate.
We have
that.
not. We will watch the SD card though. I
yes,
promise. Like Dave said, it literally came in and then we.
I got a picture to put on Instagram of us opening it, and I ran out of time, and we had to leave.
Frank Costanza in the house. Randy Porter, Cincy Cycles, Nick Taylor, Joel Mendoza.
They keep jumping in.
Joel says my Bronco is scheduled for 9/26. Yay!
Congratulations.
Nicholas French says got to change mine over to a 2023.
Well, can I have
Doug Robinson. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I covered everybody.
Okay. Sorry, we're down a computer right now. So,
yeah, I can't find my charger after traveling.
So we're fighting over a mouse here.
1 week till Supercell, says Nick.
Alpine Garage. Is anyone heading to Supercell West? I'm not.
We won't be at this
honestly one. Alpine, I mean, it's probably awesome for wheeling, but I've gotten bad reports from out there from multiple people that was just like people that they were like, I think they wanted it to be more community, like hanging out more and vendors and stuff, and it was more wheeling, which I would really like, but it was a little different, I think, than what people were expecting. A lot of new Bronco people, and there's a lot of people in your area who are going to be super excited to
build date.
Who got a build date?
Brad 81 got a build date for 10/3.
Nice. Congratulations. I want to give me guys just a second because I want to send Allie.
I was working on it.
Okay, you got the link.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And we'll go from there. But so yes,
I don't. Sorry, I don't have it on my phone.
You don't need
it on the laptop.
You don't have the access.
Yeah,
to it?
It says I need to log in.
Sorry, guys. We're like I said, we're both running a little ranking.
We may or may not be weekend hungover.
Yes. Yeah, there was some fun. It was a Jeep event. I know this is Bronco show, but we did do a tour of the Jeep event.
So here's what I'm drinking tonight.
Yes, and
you can't really see the label very well. It's Red Apple Tennessee cider, and it is delicious.
All right.
Dave said we're sharing tonight.
Yes. I'm on a strict no whiskey diet today.
502 Bourbon Crew says, "Who's the dude with no hat?"
I know, but
let's see. While you're looking for that, Randy, Woolies. I wouldn't. If you're taking a Bronco, I would not go to Woolies. Really,
we haven't been there in a long time.
We haven't been there in a long time, but it didn't used to be hugely safely friendly. If that makes sense.
Well, it's slightly redneck, which isn't a bad thing. And Allie, by the way, I sent you on Instagram that link, and you won't pop in until we bring you in, but whenever you're ready. But yes, yeah, Woolies is last time I was out there, it was getting to be more buggy. It seemed like I know Nissan does test out there some, so I would assume they keep it up a little bit.
Yeah,
but I haven't been out there. But I do need to go out there, man. Go say hi to the brothers.
But to answer your question, like Prentice Cooper is like literally a cakewalk. It's just outside of Chattanooga.
You could do it. You could walk.
It's like dirt roads.
Walking it might be more of
a little bit of crawling, but not much. And then the other thing would be Windrock in East Tennessee would be the other location we would recommend. And what we recommend is actually going to the general store and asking how the trails are looking, what they recommend.
Yeah. Windrock, they do have a full-time crew that comes out and maintains it, but they got a lot of trails to maintain, and depending on the weather, it can.
And they
get a
keep
little
up
rough.
with it completely. So that's where we recommend the most, just because we know that they keep up with the
Yeah.
trails.
But you could literally, if you're just taking your family out, you could go do the G trails and still have a blast. G trails would take you to
the windmills and the amazing overlook.
Where's the elk hang out? Caryville Flats.
Oh,
Caryville Flats is well worth it. It's a little difficult to get. Well, I won't say difficult. Little, be aware there could be some pinstriping, but well worth it, man. What we know of it, we did it 2 years or a year ago, and it was raining and foggy, and you couldn't see about 10 feet in front of you, but we did see fresh elk tracks everywhere.
So we had come in, and then when we were leaving, there were fresh tracks that had gone over our tracks. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. But there's lots of places here, and I'm trying to hook up with JR to go over to Windrock pretty soon. So.
Yeah. And there's also the other place would be, it's not in Tennessee, but it's actually in Kentucky, would be Land Between the Lakes.
Turkey Bay there.
Turkey Bay. We've not wheeled there either, but we did plan to go there a couple years ago or a couple months ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Rad reviews for you, Kelly. Build date with Vin this week. Congratulations. Yay! I've seen your post. I want to say I saw it in one of the Facebook groups where I saw the post, and he's got this Land Rover Defender or take possession of the Bronco, and he's currently loving the Defender. Now, I will say this, loving the Defender is probably for on the road. It's probably so much fun to drive on the road. I'm not sure if you got the 4-cylinder or which one you got, but it's just plush. You are roughing it slightly with the Bronco, but I'm Bronco all day long. I know you really like that vehicle, but
yeah,
that'd be a tough one. Man, the super chats keep coming in. We can't even talk yet. We do greatly appreciate that. First, what else you got there, Kelly? Are you
Jessica Dunn? Thank you so much for that super chat.
Thank you.
Cheers with my Texas Shiner.
Nice.
Loving the Bronco. Only complaint, can't hold the steering wheel at 6 o'clock because of the narrow triangle at the bottom. My big hands don't fit.
Oh, okay. I was
talking like right here.
Yeah, it was taking me a minute. Oh no, you can, use your legs. You'll figure it out.
Don't.
That was not recommended
off the record
by All Terrain Nation, but wink, wink. I may do that.
Don't use your knee to drive.
To shift? How about that? Can you use your knee to shift?
I cannot to shift.
Okay.
I guarantee you that. I cannot to shift.
We're auto.
Yeah.
What else we got going on? We're going to get into some stories, by the way. Thank you all 102 of you who are in here tonight.
Andrea, thank you so much for that super chat, sir. We appreciate you.
Andrea, we appreciate you more than you know. And I'm going to do this real quick, and we're going to get into the story, and hopefully Allie can join us in just a minute.
She said she was leaving the gym, so she was trying to wrap up.
There's no rush. So channel membership support. It's $5 a month. Believe it or not, it helps quite a bit with the channel. We've had a lot of YouTube last January just cut their revenues in half. And I know some of you are probably tired of me. I don't like selling myself to do this, but it's a necessity, unfortunately. So those memberships have greatly helped the channel, keeping the lights on, believe it or not, because this is all dedicated. We have a dedicated internet line. We try to be as professional as possible. And maybe this late fall, late winter, sometimes you see a new studio if I can get Mama Bear to approve it. But with that comes expenses. And just smashing the subscribe button, believe it or not, helps this channel a lot. So if you're new to us, just that helps a lot. Also, the super chats. Once again, you guys are way too kind to us. I mean, I can't say enough of how kind you guys have always been to us. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. I mean, it even helped. I know this is Bronco night. That helped get us to East Tennessee to cover some Jeep stuff this weekend. And they're like, hey, can I have that money back now? But right. But I mean, that's the reality of this channel. We're not strictly Broncos. We are enthusiasts of Broncos. That's why we have a dedicated night to this. And I've just loved covering this thing. It's been a lot of fun to cover the ups and downs, a lot of downs, but I'm seeing a lot of ups.
That's not been fun to cover.
But I'm seeing a lot of ups. Suddenly.
Yes.
So that's,
now we are for sure.
So that, and once again, Kelly, we have, I think it's like the final day or so of your deal, right?
Yeah. So we have a deal of 25% off the t-shirts that we have in stock. So this is one of them. And then it has
that on the back. I don't know if you can see it. Here, try that again. Yeah.
That is our Supercell t-shirt that we did this year. And we have the Black Friends all-terrain And then we have the Lift Everything
Mhm.
t-shirt. So those that we have in stock are 20% off on our website with the code. What was the code again? Muddy Waters 2022.
And if it doesn't heat himself,
And it's in the area where we do like our chatting and stuff like that. But if for some reason you can't find it, let us know and we will get you the code. But anyway, that is only through September 1st.
Terrence Moody, dude. Terrence, we just appreciate you being on here, dude. It's I know it's been tough for you, man. But yes, I would greatly accept your membership entrance when you get your Bronco. Go ahead.
Last on the support thing is we do have Amazon links on our website under our Bronco build and our Jeep build, so feel free to check those out. If you click on the link, we do get a little bit of kickback from whatever you order there. You don't have to specifically order the specific stuff that's there. You're missing a W there.
Oops.
He's trying to. Jessica, yes, you did, and I actually got yours shipped out last week.
Right when we were leaving.
You're not hitting our website. You're not hitting.
I see that. I'll get there. I'm just like,
just leave it.
I know. There's a funny in the thing. Sorry. Dave's not all here tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your. And what's funny is we only use the computers for business.
This is business only. All right. So there is here is the website, and up here is the Kelly's picks that she was talking about. Once again, I hate selling ourselves on this, but it's unfortunately a necessity. But we have the 25% off shirts, which were still cheaper, I think, than Teespring. And we do have a Teespring account, like Kelly was saying. You can go over there and you can find, and I'm always trying to change this stuff up.
Oh, and I did find an Apple Watch wrist
somebody was asking about that.
Yeah, somebody was asking about that last week. So I'm gonna get it up this week. So I did find that we can do that. So you are welcome to.
Allie is fresh from the gym. Like she's in the green room back there, and I like it, man. Allie, give me the thumbs up if you're okay. All right, so
we're good.
What's going on, ma'am?
What's going? I finally get to meet you guys.
I know, right? Virtually or not, it's one way or the other. We got to do in this world we're living in.
Well, you're like 30 feet from Kelly in Austin, and y'all for whatever reason can't hook up to meet. We're in Michigan. We were at the Bronco Nation booth with you.
You actually videoed her truck.
Did I really?
Yeah, you got my truck in one of the videos.
So her truck made it in, but we just didn't make it to meet her.
Hey, man, So Allie, can you give our audience just a slight taste of your background? I don't want to go all in because then people just bug the piss out of you. But what is your relationship to Ford?
So my relationship is I work at a dealer, and I've been there for 7 years.
Nice.
This was never in the plan. I never wanted to work at a dealership at all. I had worked at a racing gig, so it was Rusty Wallace racing experience. I got to travel all over the U.S. It was super cool. Well, it just got old because I have this one. Don't know if you can see her.
Oh, yeah.
So I missed her, and I just came home, and I applied everywhere. Ended up landing a job at the dealership as a receptionist.
Right.
And they're like, we want you for sales. I'm like, you're batshit crazy. I said that to my manager at the time. And she's like, no, honestly, it's super easy. You'll be fine. Because I really do like the Ford plans because it does make it easy. Yes, I know. I've heard the horrors. I've heard all of that. But being in Metro Detroit and being a very Ford-driven area, like, you don't really have a lot you can mess around with. So I do kind of like it. So I've been there now for 7 years. Obviously COVID happened and chaos started, but I was always an F-150 girl. I made fun of my family who works for Chrysler because they all drive Jeeps. I'm like, you will never get me in one of these things. No way. I went to off-rodeo after they made me the Bronco specialist, for us. And I fell in love with it. Mike Clouds is awesome. He was my instructor for dealer preview.
Nice.
And I've got to do a couple of dealer events for off rodeo. So I've been very lucky to go to Texas 3 times.
Nice.
but it's just one of those things. I fell in love with Bronco, and Ford hooked me on another vehicle because I thought I loved my trucks, and now I'm fully obsessed with Bronco. So,
Well, it sounds like you need maybe an F-250 to pull the Bronco around and go adventure and
I mean, I do love our Tremors. Let's be honest. I am trying to find a reason for a Super Duty, so we'll see. Maybe in the future, we'll see how many Broncos I buy first. So,
Uh-oh, that sounds like
Whoa.
a fun challenge. So Allie, the 23s we're starting to get closer and closer to that news. And I know you being with the dealerships, between you and the old 610 dude down in Alabama, like you guys would be the people we would talk to about this. How close are we to knowing anything? What is going on with the news?
it's chaos. So
Yeah.
yeah, Mitch is actually I got to meet Mitch down in Tennessee at Super Celebration, and he is awesome. I've reached out to him a couple of times just to ask some questions to make sure we're all on the same page. You are hearing some news in September. Today was kind of a teaser that what everybody was posting. It's called eSourcebook. That's what dealers use to learn about the vehicles. What's changing? That's just kind of like a short preview of what's to come. Is anything else majorly changing? No, probably not.
Right.
There's a lot of rumors about Antimatter Blue. Sorry to break it to everybody, that's not happening.
So
I
sad.
think here's the thing with that though. I think it's gonna piss more people off than people that are happy with everyone who changed their orders.
Right.
Mhm.
So I think they're gonna ruffle a lot of feathers with that. So to be honest, I'm a little happy that it didn't come back because I saw the rumors. Because I already get enough mad phone calls. I don't need any more.
Right. Right. Well. So I've got the little cheat sheet up here, and of course it's a rough one. I think it was another salesperson or somebody posted this on Bronco 6G. And what's the big deals with Heritage Edition? Do you know when? Like you can only be a reservation holder initially, correct?
Correct. Initially, yes. And the biggest thing is, I believe the way that I read it correctly is there's only going to be 1,966 made of the limited, not the Big Ben version of it. So
Yeah.
there is going to be a chance for some people to snag it, but rightfully so, I believe it should go to reservation holders just because they've been waiting so much longer and they've been patient. I'm not going to try and deny that. But
Some more than others.
I know. And I mean, what this does too, and I get some people get mad, but honestly, this is creating another avenue to get new parts because Ford's short and everything. Like, as much as people harp on Bronco, and trust me, like, I just had a guy wait a year and 3 months for an F-150.
Wow.
And it's actually still at the plant, so he's not even it's not even done yet. It is on ship hold, but it just got lifted, and I should have it in a week. And the sad thing is, I'm about 40 minutes from Dearborn, so
yeah,
it's been
that's
fun.
crazy.
But that's the thing with the new version. They're just trying to get more parts out there to get some constraints off of some. And granted, yes, there's still Lux package, so there's still that, but they're trying to divvy up what they have.
Well, the big thing was there was no new changes for 23, and I didn't expect anything, but the forums and stuff go crazy with, oh, what are we going to get? What are we going to get? And you're like, guys, you're 4 or 5 years before they start making changes to this thing, in a normal situation. So I wouldn't expect too much.
If you look at Ford's history, and I don't know the plans for sure, I hear rumors. Yes, I have customers who work at the plant. I have a lot of people I can contact. The next big change you're going to see is in a year or two.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think they're going to change the body of Bronco. I think it's just going to be just like they do with anything, more features. Because you'll typically see equipment changeover every 3 years. You'll see a big body changeover 4 to 5 years roughly. So we still have a while before anything big happens.
Right. And of course there was rumors floating around. I know our friends over at Driven Wild Outdoors they talked to a Ford engineer who kind of let the cat out of the bag that there might be a few Broncos floating around with V8s and nobody would ever know what they were floating around in. So go to Driven Wild out.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah, but I can only imagine if Raptor stays a hit, and it seems like I'm assuming you guys probably sold out of as soon as you could, probably sold out of your Raptor allotment, right?
Oh yeah, we were. We had. Now you're putting me on the spot. Now I'm trying to remember. We had 7 hand raisers for Raptor. We got 5, and then we earned another one.
Mm-hmm.
I actually ended up calling my customer on it because that was actually in Wisconsin at Supercell. My manager's like, I know you're busy, but I want everyone to have a fair chance. I'm like, nope, I know who's taking it. Here you go.
Yeah,
like,
that's
here's
awesome.
his name. And he was actually up north, and I had to call him like 6 times because he had no service. And I'm like, I finally text him. I'm like, you know why I'm calling you. I'm like, I'm building you a Raptor. I know you get things loaded. What color do you want?
Nice.
That's awesome.
Like, here you go.
What a cool story to tell for that customer too, of like, man, I was up hunting or whatever he was doing. Like
He was actually out. Well, not that he was doing food plots or something for hunting. I'm like, he had like no service. I'm like, dude, like it is what it is. Like,
yeah.
I'm telling you what you're getting. Like, just tell me the color, and he's awesome. So
Right. So a couple key takeaways, and Ford was pretty honest about this. The only way you're getting Yellowstone is if you get the limited.
yes,
And I was hearing rumors.
It's actually a late availability too.
Yeah, it's not till next spring.
Nope.
But I'm hearing rumors that they were doing 1966 of it and 4-door and 2-door. Any idea about that?
No, I have not heard anything about that. So that's news to me.
Right, which would be fair, honestly. Like 2-door guys been crapped on enough, like let alone not get a chance.
I know, that's what I feel so bad about too, because it's like, I will say though, we do have Webasto down the road from us. So they started, it's in South Lyon area. They just built an entire new, I mean, the plan's gorgeous, honestly. I'll see if I can try and snag a picture and just like send it to you guys. Because it's honestly, it's a great new facility. They are cranking them out. I've seen Snapchats, not that they're allowed to take pictures in there, but I have seen the Snapchats of them, and I also have been threatened not to share the pictures with anybody.
But you know who can share those?
True, but they're gonna figure out who sent them.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
But they are cranking these things out, and I will say, I mean, from what I've seen from our logs being pulled, we have had more 2-doors in the last like month or two than we have this entire, what is it now, like a year plus of Bronco so far.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So if any chance you might try to pull for a heritage, or not interested?
I've already tried asking my rep, and he told me there's no chance in hell. So
Hey, at least you're honest.
I want so bad. Because honestly, I love the robin egg blue color. So I had someone who drives and tests Bronco bring it up after the reveal, and I got to see the color in person, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Of course, I know I go with the teal accents on my Bronco, but I don't think anyone would be sick of that blue color because it's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
But I'm obsessed. I tried. He already told me there's no chance.
And Yellowstone like photos don't do Yellowstone justice.
No.
Like photos make it look flat, and in person it sparkles. It's pretty.
It does. So I was gonna say that too, because it was in the Sport and the Bronco Nation tent at Woodward. And at first we all like walked over there. I'm like, I don't want to go see it. Like, I'm not interested because I know I'll catch some hate for this, but like, I don't like cyber orange.
I don't either. Initially I did, but
we've got some fans in the chat, so be gentle.
Sorry.
Gentle kiddos.
I know that. I know I'm gonna catch some heat for it, but
that's okay. I'm right there with you. It's not my favorite.
It's one of those things, like, I've seen some of my customers build and they make it look really, really good. And I'm like, okay, that's not so bad. But some of them that come off the truck, I'm just like, please tell me you're doing something to this. Yeah. Like, it's just not my favorite. It is what it is. But I thought it was going to be the same thing. The Yellowstone was going to be like the cyber orange. I'm like, no, there's no way. And I saw it. I'm like, okay, like, I can work with this. I don't hate it. Like, it looks really good.
Well, can you see Ford doing a limited each year and only doing 2 unique colors for that limited to kind of make those special? Because I never thought first edition felt special, really.
I feel bad for a lot of the first edition people,
Mhm.
because I know some of them got cut. Actually, I know 2 people got cut and they never got it. It wasn't from our dealer, but it was other people. Whether that dealer did with that reservation whatever they wanted, all I know is they didn't get their first edition, so I can't really speak for them.
Right.
But I do know they do plan on doing special editions in Bronco. Is it exactly going to be a limited? I don't know. But to
Right.
bring back those heritage colors, I do know they are trying.
Yeah.
Just to do a
When Matt,
couple every couple of years, so they don't they don't do a ton of them, but enough to get the old Bronco out and just kind of remember where Big Bronco came from.
right. So, Kelly, you want to read this one off?
Yeah. So Jessica Dunn asked, Allie, have you had any difficulty finding model year 21 and 22 price protection certificates for early Bronco customers in Smart Vincent?
Yes. It's a nightmare. So
Yeah,
it's
because I
not
think Jessica's had that
it's
problem.
not as easy as it looks. There are certs in there, yes. It's a lot easier, and granted, you have to wait longer, but you can actually get a check back from Ford, and that's what a lot of my customers have kind of opted in for. But it takes a good 2 to 3 months to get that back. But you do get like $1,500 back in a check, which most people are going to pour that into Bronco parts anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Which
right.
dealers are just over there like, yes, come on, bring it.
Well, and I'm not sad about it, but after the deal, we actually don't really benefit from it. So
Oh, really?
it's just kind of, yeah. I mean, on the sales part, it doesn't
I guess
really do
parts would
anything.
parts would get all that.
Yeah, it's pretty much parts, and like I'll tell them like what discount codes to use. I'm like, here you go.
Well, one big thing that was kind of a surprise because we loved Rapid Red, but it had such a short,
Short
time.
lifespan.
I'm so
it
sad about that.
It looks like Desert Sand didn't even get like a let's kind of get in going before they were like, we're done with you.
Ford will do that though.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised, but I do know that it didn't pull as many orders as they wanted. So with that, they kind of just put it on the chopping block.
Well, and I know, we talked to Mitchell down in Alabama, and the take rate for Everglades was not like, and I think that was kind of maybe if they would have done that color maybe in the normal production, they probably would have had a take rate on that.
I think so, but I mean, to be honest, I don't even think our dealer got in Everglades.
Really?
Wow.
I don't even think anyone converted to that.
Yeah, there's a lot to if you wanted to snorkel really and some stickers, I call it the billboard because the side of that thing that's just one big sticker, it seems like. And
I mean, yes.
But once again, Allie, I appreciate you jumping in on this. We're not going to keep you all night here, but
No,
we
you're
greatly
good.
because there was a couple
Well,
key things I wanted to get in, and you being a salesperson would know more of the ins and outs. But go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah, so Pureblood Patriot 17 asked, hey, y'all, can you please clarify if Robin's Egg Blue is for limited only? Yes. And how does the color look up close? Pictures look icy, a lot lighter than I thought. So I wanted to ask you, Allie, because I didn't get to see the Robin's Egg in person. So where does it kind of land for you from a blue perspective?
So for a blue perspective, I want to say it's more like it's a shade darker than like a sky blue. It's not like a teal or anything like that. I do have pictures that I can send you guys and you guys can post them. I actually think it was the Bronco. No, it wasn't, because that was a 4-door, not a 2-door. Never mind. Scratch that thought. But there is a little bit of a metallic in it. It's not overwhelming and powerful. It's just kind of nice.
So it's not a flat color then.
No.
That's nice because that would have been my one.
There's just like a tiny bit of sparkle to it.
Well, just neat. That was like some of the colors they've chose, like race red. We were at a Jeep event this weekend, and I love a red Jeep with a red roof on it. Looks great. The Bronco with that kind of, I don't know, turd gray that they've used for these tops. I'm not. It just ruins something to me. It doesn't.
That's a new one for me. I haven't heard turd gray, so
it's the first time I've heard him reference it as turd gray.
But as far as like tops, we're starting to get some painted top options, right?
later.
Right. But I do have it up there. I'm just, but
Okay, yeah, no, it is on there. I'm like, later. Not, I mean, like, what can I say and not get in trouble?
right. No, I don't.
And
And
we don't
want
want to do that.
Yeah, we don't want to do that to you.
No, it's one of those things. I have 3 people who really, really want a painted top. And unfortunately, like, you had to convert your order or do away with it from what Ford pretty much made us do. So I know one girl, I can still change hers. One, unfortunately, she settled and got a different one. And I think she got a soft top. I can't even remember. But I've seen the painted up top. The one I saw painted was black. Yes, still pre-production, but it actually does look halfway decent. I was actually very surprised.
The
Just
white
because
tops
I
are real
thought it
nice.
would be more beat up.
Yeah, because the white tops, there's no texture to them. It's a painted, smooth, just like the body, and it's real nice.
Yeah. I thought it looked
what
cool.
else?
So
So I was actually going to type this so I didn't forget to ask it. So I guess I got my in there. So historically, because I know that this has been a big question, and this is for those that maybe have gotten their vehicles or they've already, gone soft top and they're waiting for their hard tops. And I'm not going to hold you to this, Allie, on what you say here, but historically, when do you think aftermarket is going to be, or not aftermarket, OEM is going to be available for people to buy?
Tops.
next year, January to March.
Yeah.
You think? Okay.
So is plant number 2 running for Wabastos now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that was the big holdup. Now that they have 2 plants.
I mean, and coming from a sales consultant, well, one, I'll tell you, we're all pissed off, because we were under a different idea of like how this was gonna go with this hardtop, and like I get it. Yes, the supply chain sucks. Yes, Webasto dropped the ball, but from hearing from Webasto like employees, when it comes to that, they didn't have the tools they needed either. So it was like one thing after another, and it's like both companies were taking the hits for it, but now we have all these people who switch from a soft top to a hard top to a soft top just to get their Bronco. And all the prices online, I'll tell you right now, everyone's guessing out their ass. Nobody knows what exactly this is going to cost. Some dealers have parted these things out, but Ford hasn't actually like made the announcement yet saying, hey, your customers can buy these, here you go. Like there has been like no official document, no official word, anything like that.
Thanks to you, Wilkers, for the turd grade comment. I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't think of how to get it, and that was the first thing that popped in my head.
I've never heard that one before, so that one's a good one for me.
Well, I will say, because we have a Gladiator, and we got the basic black top that Jeep does, and I hate to say it looks so much better than the gray, because the gray, like for you, because you have a gray Bronco, it probably, because you have a hardtop, right?
Yeah.
If I remember right. It goes well with your vehicle, but some colors, it just like if you have a black vehicle, in my opinion, and then you've got this light gray top, it's just like, well, I mean, because you like a murdered out black vehicle, and I don't know, that's why I just feel like they could have done a little bit better. And are you guys hearing? I know you can't say this really, but there's problems with tops 2.0. They are starting to rot from the inside.
I have not seen that yet. So I have seen a couple of articles. A couple of things I'm kind of curious on is, one, how are you storing it? 2, did you have damage and like scratches and stuff beforehand?
Yeah.
That like got wet and things like that. I've heard rumors. I haven't actually seen anything else. I'm not like, I've put mine through the ringer. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Dropped my back top the first time I took it off.
No.
Not going to lie. But I've had no issues with it. Like, I've had no leaking. The only thing that happened to mine was on my driver's side. The liner, the weather stripping came off. That's it. And I've like beat the crap out of this thing. I've like purposely done it too, because like I want to see what everyone's like talking about. But either I got a good one or I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Before you jump to that, because our dealer was like, you want to add the perma code and all this other stuff, and we're like, no, we want it completely the way that it came to us, because we want to see how it holds up. I don't want
Yeah.
I don't want you to
Yeah, I
protect
haven't
it
put.
from us.
Yeah, I haven't put anything on my top.
Right.
I've used chemical guys on my car, and that's about it.
Oh, that's the best stuff, man. I love chemical
I
guys.
love
But you haven't
chemical
power
guys.
washed the inside, right?
Please tell
You're
me.
not power washing the inside, are you?
No, I don't like. I've hosed mine out, but I haven't like taken a freaking power washer.
Oh,
Have you seen that one where the girl power washes the entire inside?
Yeah, it made me cringe the whole time I watched it.
Yeah, cringeworthy
Wasn't
right
she
here
had
too, and she
electronic-
does it all the time.
She had electronic problems, right?
Yeah,
after
she shows
something,
new
too.
videos all the time that she power washes. So anyway, I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to give any
Don't
credit
power wash
to
her.
go there, but don't power wash your vehicle.
So Steve P
No.
asked, and nobody knows this yet. Codename Oats. The only thing I can think of is they're working on a hybrid thing, but
I know
only a two-door.
I know that hybrid is in the works.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them running around Michigan enough that they're testing it. So
I've texted a couple of the like spy pictures to some of the people I know, and I'll get like winky faces back or like big eyes. I'm like, okay, cool.
yeah.
I'm like, awesome. Well, like right before the Haas on Wild Track 3.0 came out, I was like asking questions about it, and one of the guys actually just sold him his Bronco. I'm so happy it finally came in. But this totally went over my head, and he's like, well, a foxy lady like yourself. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? I'm like, okay, cool. And then when it came out, I'm like, got it. He's like, I can't believe you didn't pick up on that. I'm like, sorry. Like, right over my head. I'm like, cool. My one hint that I get, and I totally blew it.
A couple other things. Dual tops. I see dual tops as you're still going to be waiting for those. Like, Ford keeps kind of shooting themselves in the foot with that, though. They keep going, well, 23. They put it out. Oh, well, the dual tops, you're going to get 23 and all this stuff.
They have such good ideas until this honestly corrects itself. Just don't. Because I have so many, because it would be ideal to get both tops from the factory right at delivery. You don't have to worry about it. But we're just not there yet. We're not there on Bronco. We're not there on freaking Expedition. We're not there on F-150. It doesn't matter what vehicle lineup you're on. We're kind of just hanging out. We're rolling with the punches.
Well, and Allie, honestly, it reminds me of Dave and Mai's marriage because he's just like, here, we're going to do this. And I'm like, no, we can't do all those things. Like, we have to.
So it came down to, like back in 2020, obviously when COVID freaked everyone out.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those things, do you launch Bronco and hope for the best, or do you push it off yet again another year? Either way, we're making people mad. So it's like, honestly, let's just run with it and go. And unfortunately, all the plans that they had just haven't panned out the way they wanted. And it sucks on everyone's end. It sucks for the customer because now you have all the customers saying, like, they know how to do our job and we're doing it wrong. I'm like, okay. I'm like, cool. We'll switch places for a day and we'll see how easy this is.
Yeah, grass isn't greener.
And it's just one of those things, like, it's super unfortunate, but I will say with all the keys I've handed over, the minute you have your Bronco, you are the happiest person on earth. I don't care who you are. Like, you are literally ecstatic, whether if you're flipping it for money, we know who you are, or if you've been waiting and you're actually into this thing. Like, I have people send me pictures almost weekly of what they've done to their Bronco next. I'm like, that's awesome. Cool. I'm like, that's actually really awesome. Because we'll meet up in Michigan. There's a ORV course kind of close to us. It's like 40 minutes from me. But we all go there all the time. Mm-hmm. So it's been super fun just to kind of see what, like, your base model looked like. And I have everyone who's upfitted, like, everything by now. So it's been kind of
Is that Holly? Is that in Holly?
Yeah, Hollyoaks, yeah.
Okay. Holly only used to be, like, from what I remember, it used to just be skiing. So that's new since I've lived there.
Yes, it's actually on the backside of the mountain.
Okay.
The ORV course. So yeah, Tom Zielinski is kind of behind that, and you'll see some stuff from me in like 2 weeks because there's it's called Detroit 4 Fest, and I'm helping run it with Tom. And I know we're trying to get Shelby back up here, which I think she's coming. But that'll be super fun because again, It used to be an all Jeep event. We are invading. We are taking over. I've like begged all my customers to go. So
That's awesome.
it's just one of those things that it's finally growing and people are finally getting them, and at least they're getting out there. It's just, yeah, they're just behind a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Which I am glad that they're only doing reservations still for converting and changing and
Yes,
stuff right now. So
Well, till November, and then that date's not set in stone. But that is nice. They're
Yeah.
giving a head start to actual reservation holders. And really, after this, I mean, they just almost cut their losses with the reservation holders and be like, hey, you just have to. There's no more give me's. We're not.
yeah.
We've tried. We've done our best. You know, I know some
that's
dealers.
the thing. Like, I mean, Ford has really. I mean, Ford's tried. We can't sit here and say like, no, they haven't tried to make things right. But at a certain point, like, yes, I mean, I'm stubborn. I get it. I want what I want, and I would probably still be waiting too. I just got very lucky with mine because I get it all the time. I work at a dealer. It doesn't matter who you work for. I leased a new truck in 2021 in February, and mine got built in June. Wasn't in the plan for me to get it that soon at all, because I would not have leased my new truck at all. So I went into full-blown panic mode.
Right.
But Ford has done the gifts, which some people have gotten, some people haven't. We get it. Snail mail, wrong info. But Ford's tried. Like, that's the biggest thing, is at least they've made the attempt. They have tried. But now they are to the point where, I don't know if you guys read it in the little sneak peek thing, but the sound deadening headliner is no longer going to be free. You are going to have to add it. I've already had questions on that today, but I mean, unfortunately, it's a cost, and it's going to have to be, I think it should be something standard, but again, I don't build the cars, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
it's
is
just
labor.
one of those things.
Yeah, it is labor intensive, and we appreciate. I know your arms probably like, could these guys stop asking
She needs a
questions?
67 Designs Bronco.
I know.
I'll actually be honest with you. We had a storm go through Michigan today, and I don't have power at my house. So,
Oh no!
no.
so
Well-
I am charging my phone in my car while I do this. So
Well, we greatly appreciate that.
it's all good. I just have another call, I think at like 10-ish. I don't have to go.
Oh.
So I have like another 10 minutes. So
You're like, look, I've got other shows to do. I can't just be dedicated to this one.
hey man, I have something cool in the works, and I'll announce it later. But
Nice.
Sweet.
it'll be
Nice.
cool.
Well,
It'll be cool.
so one big thing I did notice from this is Bronco base is starting to be a Bronco base. It's the modular hardtop. There's no modular hardtop for base guy. There's no dual tops. Like finally, and I'm not crapping on the base people, because there's a Bronco for every budget, but it is kind of like finally it's becoming more clear which trim. Like there's trims, because honestly, I've said it. I don't know how long you've watched this, but I've said it for a while that I've never understood a base and a big bin. Like it's damn near identical. Like, so it is nice to see them start doing that a little bit.
Yes, it is going to be a base of a base, and I've warned all my customers that are going to have to change it, because I do have, believe it or not, I do have a couple bases left. I'm like, listen, they are going to change some of this stuff. Like, it is truly going to be a base, but a lot of my base people, I think there's only 2 that don't plan on doing stuff. It's strictly just like budget, but they're tearing the whole thing apart anyway. Like they already have parts in their garage, and I was just like, that's one way to budget it. Like while you're waiting for your car.
Oh yeah, no, and I've taken a lot of heat because of, and it's not that I don't understand a base. I just never understood why it got a Sasquatch package. If it's a base, it's just a base. But once again, Ford was nice enough to do it where Jeep doesn't do that. Jeep, if you want the Rubicon package, you're getting a Rubicon, and that's it. You don't get everything. So they were ahead of the game on that. Kelly, anything else before we have to let Allie go that's kind of stood out to this?
Not regarding this, but somebody did ask.
Well, don't unplug your. My bad. I tried to reposition it. That did not work.
You're all good. Somebody did ask if your pup sings to her people.
She does, and Kenny Chesney. It's the weirdest thing. I'll try and find a video to like post it, but she truly just sings to Kenny Chesney. Hey,
that's hilarious.
What are you doing? Yeah, she could not care less. We're just chilling in a parking lot right now. She's just watching.
Trying to figure out if she was just like side-eyeing you, or whether she was just like, Mom, I'm just doing my thing over here.
Yeah, she was at Grandpa's, so I had to pick her up, and I think she's just kind of over it today.
She's like ready to go home, but you don't have any power to go home to.
Yeah, she's not aware of that yet, so we'll see how it is when I get home. So
How long do they think you'll be out for?
they're saying tomorrow morning.
Oh,
So I
that's
live
rough.
in like BFE country where like we're gonna be the last. Like I work in Brighton, which is like 20 minutes away from me. So of course they're gonna get all of their power and everything first, and I'll either be late tonight or very early tomorrow. So
Oh, that's frustrating.
Well, we hope the best there, that it's quick.
Terrence is trying to date Allie.
Oh.
Oh Lord.
Terrence
Jeez.
says, so you're single, Allie.
Yes, we'll just be a Tinder of YouTube shows.
Bronco Tinder, there we go.
That's right, Bronco Tinder.
Hey, I have a new app idea. Well, actually, I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw that, Allie, or not, but it was in like Bronco Ladies. I think you're in Bronco Ladies group, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a girl.
Someone had posted something like that.
Yes, it was like 4 months ago or something. I'll have to follow up and see if they're still dating.
Yes.
But she said a guy found her in like on Tinder or whatever, and she was like, "Hey, this is cool. You have a Bronco in the background." And then all of a sudden, he was like, "I got a Bronco too." And then they went on a date and hit it off. So it happens.
Yeah.
So it's super fun. So no, I'm not on Tinder. Won't do Tinder. But I am on Bumble. But I posted a picture of me in front of the blue Bronco at Off Rodeo, like right at the ORX course. And they're like, "Oh my God, that's your Bronco?" I'm like, no. Like, this was back in March of last year. I'm like, they're not even in production yet. Like, the answer is no, or may, or whenever the hell I went down there.
And then you're like, we're done with this conversation because you don't even know.
I'm like, you don't even understand. I'm like, there we go. Well, now I feel like it's so funny because I've dated a couple of guys during this whole Bronco experience. And I'm like, I never actually thought I'd be this crazy car girl. But now I'm this crazy car girl who just loves Broncos. Funny. So if you can't like my Bronco or my dog, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, it's just not gonna work. Don't know what
Revy says, "Hi all, weird time to join the chat. Is this a dating channel now?"
Right?
Yeah, about that.
But yeah, it's funny you say that about, kind of being the car girl, because I grew up around cars and just had, a joy for cars. But we were kind of talking about this, I think, when we went home, or when I went to Detroit. I think my dad was kind of taken aback because he's never really seen me in my groove, like kind of talking to people about vehicles and stuff. And he was just kind of like, I think he was surprised that I had as much knowledge as I did with it, because I don't think he watches our lives.
I think my mom was the same, because I brought her to Townsend for Super Celebration. I mean, she may have been there to babysit Maya when I needed her to, but she still had fun. But like, I don't think she actually understood how much I enjoyed it until she saw me like in everything. And like like she knows the clouds, because on one of my dealer trips I got to bring a guest, so I brought her too. Nice. So she got to see Mike and Amy, and we all got to hang out again. But I don't think she truly understood how much I actually loved, like how many people I actually knew, which is still kind of weird. Yeah. Because before Bronco, I was just very reserved. I didn't really do a ton on Instagram or Facebook. And it's just kind of crazy how far it's blown up so far. I'm like, well, I just like my car and my dog, so I post pictures. That's about it.
Right.
Do what you love.
It happens.
Well, I know you got to go. We greatly appreciate you being on here, jumping in. We'll do a proper version of this one of these days. I keep bugging you.
I promise I won't. I promise I will not be in my car next time. So
no, you're fine in your
car.
Believe
it or not, you would not be the first interview I've done from inside a Bronco like this. So people love their the first guy that I knew to get one, I interviewed him, and he sat in his Bronco
for like 2.5 hours.
Bob was his name, and
that's the thing. I'll tell you right now. It does work for your what's it called? No, I'm drawing a blank. The Wi-Fi that you get for like 3 months or 3 gigs for free. It works, and it works very well, because I've connected 3 times now for interviews like this.
Nice. That's awesome.
So there we go.
Well, very cool.
Well, Allie, we greatly appreciate that. Like I said, we'll get you back on. And guys, when you see Allie on, load your questions up. And if you
she'll answer what she can.
Clearly, the dating stuff, that's another channel. Or just go find Allie on Instagram.
There you go.
And don't be creepy.
There we go.
How about that? Don't be creepy.
Yeah, don't be the creeper.
But Allie, thanks for joining us. And
good luck with your
power.
power.
It was nice nice to finally meet you guys. I feel like
Right,
we've chatted enough now.
I know, right? Well, good luck getting your power back. I hope it's soon.
It'll be hopefully in the next couple of hours.
Fingers crossed for you.
Fingers crossed. I mean, it's not too hot. I mean, it's 65 right now, so it's not like it's
nice.
80 degrees in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it cooled
sure.
off. So super fun. Well, I will talk to you guys soon.
All right, bye, Allie.
Bye.
Well, there you guys go. That's the kind of stuff, if you're new to the channel, you can expect. Sometimes we can just get people to jump right in. But when I saw Allie in the chat, I wanted to get her in real quick because, Mitchell's a little harder to get sometimes, and I wanted to talk to a person that has to deal with this. And of course, I knew Allie was in the dealership stuff, so she might have a little bit better idea. But I want to. Couple things. Let me pull this
Hold on
back
before
up.
you
Go,
do.
Yeah, go right
Or
ahead.
while you're doing that. Folks, if you haven't already liked, we've got 63 likes, 122 viewers right now. If you can just like this video, all it is a thumbs up.
Yep.
If you're on your phone, you do have to minimize to go ahead and access that. But if you will, just give us a thumbs up. It helps YouTube show that we're relevant.
Right. Right.
And Terrence says he's not a creeper.
Oh, Terrence.
We weren't referring to you.
No,
we were
we
just
know.
saying, we were just giving a blanket.
But hey, if we can help make connections,
This is not Dating Nation.
Anyway, so let's get back into I want to pull this back up and kind of give some of my thoughts and opinions on it. Once again, I want to say thank you to Allie being on here because she deals with this. She sees this stuff before, obviously somebody did something they're not supposed to and probably get reprimanded for it. But we greatly appreciate them sharing the info. Because sometimes this is the kind of stuff I can't always get before I should. Heritage Edition, once again, I want to kind of go into this a little bit. Based on the Big Ben, just the normal Heritage Edition, like she said, there's not a limited number of those.
Yeah,
So,
the Heritage Edition, the just Heritage Edition.
But you have to remember it's based on a Big Ben. So if you're like, man, I really want that higher package, sorry, that's based on a Big Ben, so they're not going to do that. Heritage Limited, we were hearing rumors, like I told Allie and she didn't know it, that I'm hearing rumors that it's 66 or 1966 two doors and 1966 four doors.
Did I call it or did I call it?
You did.
I called it Heritage Limited Edition Day.
Yep. But that would be, I think, a more fair balance to that vehicle because it wasn't clear with the first editions. I think they're trying to, that's a way to, let's fix that problem of like, you get this mount and there's this many. And because could you imagine because I know Heritage Edition, there's going to be a high two-door take rate on that.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, that's the way I would think. I think the four-door looks good too, but if I'm getting a Heritage Edition, I probably want that two-door. Now, I don't want to pay the, $75,000 it's going to cost.
Right.
But at the same point, if this is what that was my dream version of this, you got to pay to play. But as far as packages, once again, you can see it there. It says no changes for 23, performance and capability, no changes for 23. And as Allie had said, Ford, it's their MO not to do this for a while. So, and I would say Ford's going to go down the Wrangler path with this vehicle. They're going to do their best to not change anything because these are little profit machines. Now there's development costs. And I've said this on my shows many times. It's $1 billion with a B to develop a new vehicle. Now, this one being lucky that it was being developed alongside the new Ranger platform. So they share some minor costs together, but there's a lot of money involved in this. So they need to profit. I hate to say they need to profit, but they for them to do another generation of this, they need to profit on this one, make it worth it. The exterior colors, there was nothing new about this except for the azure gray metallic tri-coat, which how many more grays do we need? I've seen memes on this already. I don't understand that move at all.
And I'll be honest, I'm a gray fan.
Yeah.
Like I'm a girl that when I was buying my Xterra, I really, really wanted a gray Xterra. So I'm a gray fan, but I do think we're overdoing it with the amount of grays. I mean,
you want some bright, fun
Step
colors.
it out.
That's one thing we're kind of. Yes, you've got Cactus Gray, which is a fun color. Area 51 is a fun color. And then you got your normal colors, your whites, your blacks, your silvers, which those are always going to be staple colors. And they're taking away Cyber Orange, which we had reported, I think, 2 months ago that color was going away. So that's kind of a fun color they're doing away with. And you're not really adding another fun color. And I meant
to the standards.
I had this question loaded in my head and just couldn't ask Ellie, but I have to think that they're going to do mid-cycle or mid-model year colors. I have to think that they're going to add a hey, this is maybe not this year, but I would think that they want to make these things. Besides, the limited edition are cool, but that's way out of everybody's budget. They're going to have to want to make a few special things, and we seen it. We were at Jeep event this weekend. We saw all the special colors and that ugly Tuscadero pink, whatever they call it.
Tuscadero.
Yeah, Tuscadero pink. But people
They actually had a meetup.
But people love that. Clearly, people love that
Yeah.
color. So I really think Ford needs to step it up with some fun colors. And I wouldn't
I would
call
agree.
Yellowstone a fun color. That's a throwback kind of color. So that has a place. But as far as the main lines, you know, and then last year in the 22s, the base started getting colors that it wasn't getting initially. Obviously, we haven't seen any talk, and we'll see this when the flyer comes out, and they'll release the the information for 23 orders. Does base lose? It got cyber orange last year, so it didn't get it at the initial launch. Does that mean now that they're trimming back base colors even more then again? Like, there's a lot of things in this that we haven't really got to. This is just a hint of what we're going to read, but there is some things that were kind of troubling. The desert sand, I would have thought that would have lasted more than. I think the rapid red lasted longer really than desert sand, because they weren't even making that color till towards the end of the run now. So if you were one of the luck, man, could that be a special collector's item thing? Like if you were to get a color
desert sand,
that was now only made maybe 1 month and that was it.
It's possible. It is possible, because I'll be curious to see the final numbers on how many desert sands they got out, because I do think, to your point, if they got them out and it's only a month run on it, maybe, like how many did you actually get out?
Right. But that's how this things is. They have buying patterns. There's buying cycles for colors. The tan, they're not doing that on anything. Raptor got a tan-ish color, but nothing like that. So, I know Honda's real big on doing 1-year colors. So I would think that's going to be a trend that kind of jumps into this with them. Jeep does it as well. Tuscadero was a 1-year color. They've done it with other colors. So maybe it's just kind of what they're pushing into. And, like Allie was saying, should they have maybe pushed this back another year, Bronco launch, to kind of get things more in order? Well,
but to her point, you would have pissed off even more customers.
Oh, yeah.
Like to say, well, and honestly, would the take rate have been, would the reservations have been what they were?
No, because
you pushed off for another year.
Because they were a perfect storm of right in the middle of COVID. People were still locked down in their homes.
They were ready to do something cool and be out.
And Jeep was selling record numbers of Wranglers because people were just buying a fun vehicle. They said, F it. Let's buy a fun vehicle, and we're going hell or high water. We're going to go do something. Camper sales.
I was going to say, and even at that time, like, even if you couldn't get out of your house, at least you could get out in your vehicle and drive around. Because I would do that. Like, I would get off work and go in the truck and just drive. Like, because I had to get out.
Yeah. Bob Masters, does the 2-door have the same on-road manners as a 4-door? I've not got to drive a 2-door, unfortunately.
Yeah, we've not gotten a chance to ride the go-kart.
Yeah, I've had early on, I had chances to get in it, and just we couldn't make it work. And but the one thing I will know from friends, his name's eluding me, in Clarksville.
Mark King.
Yeah, Mark King. Thank you. He said the turning radius on the 2-door is very, very good. So that would be one of the big things. But there hadn't been many. So we haven't got to do that. All right, go ahead.
We do have to catch up just a little bit.
I know, and I apologize to everybody who's super chatted and stuff.
Thank you, YouTube Car Spotters Guide, for that super chat. 567. Team No Hat Dave.
It happens from time to time.
Let's see. I thought there was another one in there. Here it is.
Andy.
Dis where the party be. Thank you for that super chat, sir. And Randall Russell, welcome in from North Mississippi. Thank you, sir, for that super chat.
Yes,
we appreciate you.
From Middle Tennessee.
Thank you for joining. And okay, I already asked that one.
No, you can jump some of those in if you want.
Let's see. Jay Michigan says, I'm confused. Who's sitting next to Kelly? I don't think I've ever seen Dave without a hat.
The rare that I do that. I used to try to be more professional in the show early on in this one, and I forget. I broke news one day or something. I just had because I wear my hat backwards normally, right? Like I'm probably 50-50, but no, I've always done that. And somebody gave me a bunch of shit in one of the videos. Like I'm not listening to a guy that wears his hat backwards, and I'm like.
And he was like the teenagers when you can't tell them anything to do because they just continue to do it on tenfold. So guess what this one does?
Yeah, so
I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll just keep doing it. But it's fun. It means people are watching our videos when they comment on the hats. So I'm like, hey, more power to it.
Tim Crawford says, why am I starting to hear a lot of people regretting getting the Sasquatch because of the loud fires? Is this true? I've personally not heard that. Have I missed it?
Loud fires? Tim, if you're still in here and you could elaborate a little bit more, I don't know. Oh, loud tires, I bet.
I bet you're right. Loud tires.
No, the tires are garbage. They're a decent.
I don't regret getting the Sasquatch though.
No, not at all. They're a decent tire. But they're we're almost 13,000 on ours, and we're they're half done now.
But the Sasquatch itself is more than just tires.
Yeah.
It's way more.
Front rear lockers, you're getting better gearing. Yeah,
So I mean the tires themselves are not fabulous, but I would do Sasquatch over again, even knowing that we have to buy new tires.
And they grip well.
Yes.
Like you can go around a corner in them and you can just hear them gripping. But they're a C-rated tire, and trying to find a C-rated tire in a 315 is a pretty tall order. But they it took you a second on that one. But they most of the tires that size are getting into D-rated. So the C-rated tire is going to give you a little softer ride, a little better ride.
But they're also going to wear quicker.
Yeah, and that's the problem is I don't think they're 3-ply. I don't remember what the ply is on this tire. But it's something that we've been in serious talks about. We looked this weekend. We were at the BF Goodrich booth. And we were going over tires. And where are you leaning with that? So we're looking at KM3s or KO2s. I've ran the KM2s, KO2s, and just the normal K. I guess
KO2s have been my favorite over the span, but I guess I don't have enough knowledge to know. Are the KM3s, are they the sidewall protection like the KO2s are?
Yeah, no, they're
so you're pretty much comparing.
I think the sidewalls are almost identical. It's just basically an MT pattern or just more of an all-terrain pattern.
From a wheeling perspective, I would say the KM3s would be better because there's a better grip on them from what I could tell, but the KO2s might be quieter on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's really I'll be honest, it would probably depend on the price change or price difference.
Well, either way, they're going to be pricey because
but the price would probably be the deciding factor between the two.
I have to make fun of a little. We're Jeep people as well. We have a Jeep. Like we have to consider ourselves Jeep people. But the amount that we've seen with missing the fourth or the fifth tire, the amount of people, the cheap asses that we've seen with the spare tire still on it, and they're running 37s. Was ridiculous.
Here's what I'm just going to say. If you are a Bronco owner or going to be, and you plan on changing out your tires or sizing up, please, for the love of God, size up your spare because you're going to screw yourself in the event that you blow a tire.
Oh, yeah, man.
Just saying.
If you were to do a rear tire and this is a rarity. How can I answer this?
Mid-sentence. He's got somebody reaching out that doesn't ever call him. So sorry, guys. But anyway, yeah. So the tires themselves, again, I would not not get Sasquatch, just because of the tire situation, because you're getting so much more with that Sasquatch package than you are. So to answer that question for you, let's see. And Randy, we talked about your trails and those here in Michigan or here in Tennessee. Let's see. Revy having adventures at Costco. A guy at Costco told me to add hoodlocks to my Jeep so battery won't get stolen. I told him it's a Bronco. He said, "Oh yeah, you're right. Thanks for confirming. I know my vehicle." And I think, honestly, we're going to continue to see people that don't know the benefits of the vehicle themselves until they start to see more and they start working on them. Because if you remember, we're still young, we're still young in getting these vehicles, even though we're about to hit the 2023 model year. There's still a difference there, that people haven't seen them. We're still young in getting these vehicles, so they're going to learn as they go. So I try to give them a little bit of grace, but yeah, it's pretty annoying for sure. Thomas Dame got a VIN number finally. Yay! 654 days after my initial reservation, since the base model is going to lose a number of things. I'm glad I'm getting it soon. Expected build date on September 19th. Congratulations. That's awesome. We actually, like David said, that we know quite a few people that are starting to get their build dates. So that's awesome that early reservation holders are starting to see those things. So that's awesome. And there was a question about Azure Gray, which we kind of talked about already, the tri-coat metallic. I'm a big fan of the tri-coat in general. However, like we talked about, why do we need, and like, I think it was Empage said 50 shades of gray. Why do we need 50 shades of gray on these vehicles that are supposed to be fun and amazing? I don't really know why we need to do those, but
50 Shades of Gray. I like that. I come into that, and I'm
that
sure,
was not.
No. I know where you're going with that, but I was like, hell, that's a great title for a video.
I didn't call it that.
Who did?
It was either Empage or Mobile Moto. I can't remember.
Well, it's a classic.
It is a classic.
And sorry guys, Danny, who used to be a co-host with me on the Nissan Nation podcast and all that, it just popped in,
and that is true, Tim. The last time he was interrupted by a call on a stream, his son broke his arm. Yeah, that was not this situation. I knew when he got that call that it was not going to be
right
ending our evening.
No, not at all. So where were we, Kelly?
You were talking tires.
Oh man. Oh, KO. Let's see. Wes says, I love my KO2s, but I'm thinking probably switching to the KM3s if I take on wet Georgia clay again. Great tires everywhere, but clay is kryptonite. Yeah, well, the clay. So the clay, I would assume for you with that is they're going to get into those KO2s a little bit and bog them up a little more than maybe the mud tire. There's give or take, man. Some of it too is I want a cool, like a look. I haven't had the mud tires in a while. Kind of want to switch the look up of not this particular, I mean, obviously this vehicle, but we've ran the KO2s since they came out. We've had those when they came out. I want to say 5-6 years ago, something like that.
Oh, longer than that.
And I'm a BF Goodrich snob, probably.
You're bougie.
Oh, yeah, I'm tire bougie. We'll say that.
You're tire bougie.
There's not honestly, like the Toyos. We saw Light Bright this weekend. I tried to photobomb them, and
somebody else got in the way.
Yeah, somebody got in my way, but they were at the Nitto booth, and yeah, that was horrible.
Welcome in. Are we there yet?
Yeah, welcome in, buddy.
Bird Dog Overland says, I love my 37 KM3s.
I know, and Kelly got to see. So Kelly, we got to hang out with Jody.
We did, but I didn't get to really see your tires.
What?
I didn't. You asked me if we did, and I said no. Bye, Airplane Mike. Have a good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Safe travels. You had asked if I got a chance to look at them, and no, I didn't get a chance.
37s on especially a 4-door, look great. And Kelly's like, "Do we really need 37s? Because that's probably what we'll end up going with." And I'm like, "Yeah, practical? No, I mean everything we like doing. The 35s are plenty, but and for us, at some point, the vehicle is somewhat of a show vehicle for us to go do things in meets and stuff. So I don't want it to look just like normal." Gotta give a little pizzazz, man. I saw a comment.
It's Rapid Red.
Somebody commented about our wrap. They took a picture of it in Michigan.
Yeah.
And they were like, man, this wrap in person is really, really cool. And I got to think, it's like, yeah, photos with the way we did the topo kind of muted. In person, it looks different than it does in photos. So I appreciate whoever that was enjoying the Bronco. So gray, Kelly, the tri-coat gray. I've seen it. It looks good. There was an Everglades that was definitely looked like it was leadfoot gray, which looked really good on a Bronco, I must say. But to wrap up these gray talks, I know it's
gray on gray on gray on gray.
Yeah, it's definitely whoever said that 50 Shades of Gray. No, it's definitely that. Cyber Orange once again was not a surprise though. Once again, no more fun color with that. One of the
go to Instagram. once you have a chance.
Yeah, what one of the dual tops and all that, it's not really a surprise. I think people are upset that it's not going to be a body color matching dual top. And
Yeah.
that I'm with you on that one, man. That really pissed me off because I wanted with the hardtop order, that's what I wanted. I wanted either a painted black top or the body color matching top for our Bronco. And well, we all know how that turned out. And so if you've been like holding hope that maybe, damn it, I've been pushed and pushed and pushed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sadly, it doesn't look like it's come for a while because there's going to be a I saw it somewhere. It may not be on this
Scroll down.
one. It's black. You're only going to get the black shadow painted black top or white top. Oh, Heritage Edition gets white top, so it's only going to be a shadow black for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's still going to look great. There's going to be a lot of colors that looks great with till you go to the gray.
And it's only available on Big Bend, Black Bend, Outer Banks, Badlands, and Wild Track.
Yep. Sorry, somebody made I'm not got base guys. I pick at you, but it's only because I look at the journalist side and knowing a bunch of car salespeople or how manufacturing works and trying to balance that of like it doesn't make sense sometimes. But no, you get the dream Bronco that you're choosing and you be happy with it. This dude without a hat on doesn't affect your purchasing power. So anything else that's kind of stood out for this with you, Kelly?
Just kind of like Allie said, mentioned about the headliner. I thought that was pretty kind of shady, to be honest with you, that it's not included.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What is
yeah, I don't know what that was about. Okay. Here, let's
I was gonna say, why don't you unshare? Because I don't know what you
well, it was just all my downloads here for this stuff.
I know all your hidden stuff.
Well, I would say it's hidden. All right.
I think it's a little shady that they're taking it away from a cost perspective, especially for people that are original reservation holders that don't have that ability to get that anymore.
Anybody in the chat remember what they were going to charge for that? I want to say it was like $395.
I don't remember the number.
Yeah, it almost needs to be standard, but it's not standard on Jeep. And you don't get with Bronco, you get a lot more surface covered than you do with Jeep. So there is that. You should go to Instagram.
Yeah, Allie said she sent pictures of the robin's egg to us.
We appreciate that, Allie. Let's do this real quick. So I can't really.
So remember, this is pre-production.
Yeah.
So the grill's don't mind the grill.
It's shaded slightly. Those fenders though, man. Damn it, those I like the square fenders.
Let it be.
Yeah, I know. But look, they got the weird steps on it, which is kind of strange. Those are like the Everglades steps. It's not an Everglades because you don't see a snorkel on it. It's debadged, of course, because they're not going to show you all that stuff. Of course, I guess the normal one. Well, this only Heritage Limited get the robin's egg, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it doesn't have a badge on it just yet. But no, I mean it's not bad. That it's photos on some of these, unfortunately, just never do it justice. Of let's see if we can add this. She's got a close up here, but once again, you can't. It's hard. I mean, it's cool to see a cloud with this. That's awesome.
She said, "Ignore the grill and the wheels."
Yeah, no, it's hard to represent that on there, but we greatly appreciate that, Allie.
I think there's one more.
I'm looking.
Nope, there was just a chair. Oh no, yep, there's one.
Yeah, that's not bad. You can see it a little bit more. Kind of looks a little gray there in this photo, but it's not.
Yeah, from what we've seen.
Yeah,
pictures wise.
I meant to ask her about some Raptor R's because if she was over in that booth, she'd know something about some Raptor R's. And
I'm really sad that we missed that booth.
Well, we drove by it, remember?
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about Woodward is Ford sprinkles a little bit everywhere.
So there's not just one spot.
Yeah, and it forces you to have to go around the whole event.
But the problem is parking.
Yes.
So there's not like, ooh, I'm going to park here. Ooh, I'm going to park here.
And speaking of parking, this weekend was a nightmare.
This weekend was a nightmare.
So we, and why I'm talking about the Jeeps now is, so we went to the Great Smoky Mountains Jeep Invasion this weekend. I was covering that. And we, first big Jeep event we've covered like this. It's hard to call it an event, whatever it is. A lot of aftermarket. They had a bunch of YouTubers there, Jeep YouTubers. Obviously, Light Bright was there.
Oh crap! If you hadn't asked me, I
know.
would remember.
Anyways, there was a few YouTubers there. It was pretty cool. For the most part, they're all nice except 2 people.
I'll tell you once I figure it. One second.
But they had big booths. They had a nice convention center. We got to walk around in that. Outside, we got to hang out with Alan from Diabolical, who we've got something coming.
Mischief Maker,
yeah. And from what I've seen of her, she seems super nice. I know.
I did love that when you took a picture, she totally looked right at you.
She totally knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
But that picture wasn't for me. It was for Descendo, our friend.
Yeah.
Man, my brain is not working tonight.
Yeah.
What's her name? Go into our chats here. Geez.
Oh, your daughter texted
I don't know.
you, but not me.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it was. I got that photo there. But so they are doing a invasion of sorts. Great Smoky Mountain Bronco invasion, which is what was it? The 18th, I think, is what we saw. I've got it. I'll try to throw this up here. Oh, I can do it on Instagram.
Yes, it is this unfortunately for our Michigan folks. It's actually the same week as Bronco or the Dream Cruise.
Yes. So
next year.
This banner was out front August 18th and 19th of 2023. I think that is the same center there that we were at.
It is. It's the LeConte Center.
I don't think it's going to be nearly what the Jeep has. They've had 10 years to get this thing to where it's at. But it is at the end of summer, which is kind of cool. So we'll be over there for Supercell.
In the spring.
And it looks like we'll be over there for and you guys know how much I hate Gatlinburg.
I was gonna say, you realize like how much you hate going over there, and the last like 3 years we've been over there multiple times.
And I still have to go back this year.
One more time at least.
One more time. So yes, I don't if that's your thing. I don't know. I'm not very touristy.
Yeah, we don't tend to go places to do the tourist thing. We go places to adventure, or when we go over there, our ideal situation would be to get a cabin, sit on the back porch, and just chill for 3 days.
Yes.
But when you do things like this, we can't do that.
Yeah.
You actually have to like be in town and things like that. So
well, I think this will be fun. And if you're interested, it shows the email there. It's broncoinvasion@gmail.com. We'll definitely reach out to them, and
I feel like it would take them forever to respond, though, the amount of emails that they would have coming in.
Well, we did see a few Broncos there. I saw a handful.
We did. We did not take our Bronco.
No,
because we were a little concerned being potentially the only Bronco in a city of Jeeps. Well, 3 cities of Jeeps essentially, because it's like Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and then Sevierville. They're all like there in a run. So we decided not to do that. Yeah, Bronco 78. I think they would be better if they did that Bronco invasion in late September. I agree, but I think the reason why is Jeep invasion is the week before. So I think from a planning perspective for the organizers, it's probably just easier to be there for 2 weeks.
Well, that this is going to be a lighter at the beginning of this. It won't be as big. So, and what this does, putting them together, is you do get Nitto tires and some of these bigger companies to come out and play, which is big to have manufacturers of tires and aftermarket to come represent. So I think it makes it even more worthwhile for them to come out and park their rig out there and bring in influencers. And so, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with the influencers. Like, what?
502 Bourbon Crew says, Dave, the band is playing Saturday. I need a singer to cover some Journey.
Oh, I have to do this, don't I? I have to do this.
You can't. You can't share it.
Oh, I can't. Can I?
No.
Damn it. We'll be demonetized. Yes, I've played music for a lot of years and never wanted to sing karaoke in my life.
He's never sang karaoke either. Like the only time I've seen him perform or sing of any kind was this weekend.
Yeah. And by the way, load up your questions or comments if you haven't got it yet, and we'll try to get to them. But yeah, I drunken stupor decided to sing karaoke, and we closed the house down with
twice.
Some Journey.
Yeah, we closed the bar down twice, but
Don't stop believing. I'm just like, man, my brain.
That's why Danny called.
Yes, probably.
I sounded the alarm.
Yeah,
That's the former.
The Nissan alarm. Is
The
that like
Nissan Nation.
the bat signal?
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's something. If you're, I'll try to get a small clip and put it on our Facebook page or.
Andy
Instagram.
said you have the legs for a tennis skirt.
Thank you. I'd greatly appreciate that. I have the PP for it too. I'm kidding.
Jessica. She says, "What? Never karaoke? You two look like bros." Well, we actually both we actually met each other over music, for those that don't know. So
Yep. I was looking, I had a singer that was dating the lead guitar player in a band, and I'd had enough of that and found Kelly as a singer, and the rest is history. Up and down.
And we've never played together.
Mm-mm. No, I quit playing really once me and you got together. We just started spending
It was all my fault.
Our life together. She's my best friend. And,
I took it away.
Yeah.
I took the joy.
No, we do. Clearly, I brought you into this show. Like, we tend to do everything together. We're very codependent, it seems to be.
Not obnoxiously so, though. Like, no. We can do our own things, but
no.
You actually answered this question the other day.
Did we? Can you fit 37s on a Sasquatch package? You're about to see. We're gonna do it. I think at minimum you need 1.5 inch lift on it, and there's a lot of ways around that to do it. At minimum, and I think more practical way to do it would be new upper control arms. Do it, the right way as possible. What's your budget will afford? I know it's off-roading, so everything's expensive, but upper control arms, you could do upper control arms in a spacer lift of sorts and be fine, depending on what you're going to do with it too. If you're a mall crawler, that's no shame. If he doesn't mean that derogatorily. No, not at all. If yours is a street queen, we'll say, and you just want the look of it, it'd be fine. But there was a company doing the sleeves that I reached out to interview because I was interested in their product. And I thought, what a best way to talk about it is to
find out about it,
to bring them to you guys. And I, for the life of me, cannot figure out who that was. So we were talking through, I don't know if it was Instagram or what, but anyways.
Overlanding for Fun says you told him that you were that he was your best friend when you bought him a Frosty, or when he bought you a Frosty.
Hey, that was a greatly appreciated Frosty. That was live stream history, sir.
Bronco 78 says, I think you can drive down the road with 37s, but not off-road it.
Yeah. Well, because we've offered the 35s, like we maxed out. Of course, we have these, sway bar disconnect and all that.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely were maxing out everything it could do in the form that it's in. But it was very capable. I mean, we're on that train of like, do you do 35s? Do we just keep 35s on there? Do we, if we go 37s, definitely our buddies over at White Knuckle is going to have to send us some rock sliders because you're going to need some steps to start getting into.
Yeah.
It's going to be noticeable. I mean, hell, my Jeep now with just that little bit of 1.5 inches, you definitely.
I noticed that this weekend, just that 1.5 inches. Like, I was like, dang, I actually have to pull myself up in this thing instead of just like sitting in it like a car.
Yeah. So, but it's a lot of it's what's your budget and what you plan on doing with it.
And if you're interested in seeing what a stock Bronco looks like on the trails, we did do an off-road video on the Iron Gap that you can actually check out on the channel too. It actually shows
stock-ish. We have put spacers on it, wheel spacers.
Well, wheel spacers, but
off-road bumpers, stuff like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying we hadn't lifted it at that point. Yeah. We only put spacers on it, so
pretty close.
Mostly stock.
Let's see where we're at. Which one?
Wes. This one.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. Sorry. Wes says, does the Badlands suspension have perch settings like the Raptor pickup struts? I don't think so. I think what they do, they have this perch collar that you put, or you disassemble the spring, put the collar on there, literally just dump it right back together. But as far as adjustable settings, I don't think so.
Yeah,
if that's what you're asking.
I hadn't seen anything about that. Bob asked, is the headliner the same as the sound deadening for the top?
Yes.
That's my understanding. Yes.
Yes. It's the black carpet, basically. Which most people seem to like.
Tim Crawford, if you're still in here, asks, is it true that you can't order Sasquatch or roof rails for 2023? Not Sasquatch.
No, they're both. I know initially for 21s, they were having some issues with Sasquatch and roof rails together, but I thought that was cleared up. Honestly, I haven't even paid attention if it hadn't been.
Bird Dog Overland said Hurricane Creek Trail at Supercell East, All-Terrain Nation.
I don't know. My truck will probably be in a booth.
Yeah.
Maybe Windrock.
Where would we find time for
I
Windrock?
don't know. I like to make big plans, remember? And then you reel me in.
Right. Well, remember Luke and...
We'll see. I don't know. All right. So what else? We got here?
Jonathan said Broncos are made in Michigan. My no off-roadios in Michigan, all a million miles away.
That's it. It's a good, really good
It
question.
is a really good question, but I will say that from a coming from Michigan person, like I don't live there now, obviously, but I lived there until I was like 20, I guess.
2020.
There really wasn't a ton of off-roading in your vehicles. There was more four-wheelers, things like that. They would go mudding. Now I don't know, maybe that's changed. But there wasn't a ton of that when I was growing up. Unless you went like up north or things like that. So maybe I will say that all the places that the Bronco Off Rodeo are somewhat near airports and things like that.
Yeah.
So I would say that where the wheeling would make sense in Michigan would be up north and stuff like that. So I would think that it's not easy to get into those places.
Well, I know Ford did a press trip. They were taking with Everglades. They were trying to pump up Everglades sales. What they were doing, they did take in the upper. I think Jill was talking about it was like
Upper Peninsula.
It was a couple-hour drive from Detroit to get there, and she was like, "I literally drove for 10 hours." She's like, "I was so over driving."
Yeah, and honestly, I went to the Austin one, and the Austin one was an hour and 20 minutes or something from the airport, which was an easy drive from Austin. But I could see people not really wanting to do maybe the Upper Peninsula just because, maybe not even just the Upper Peninsula, but
Bugs,
like northern
mosquitoes.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Because then that's totally speculation.
Well, Big Orange Badlands Bronco snapped some shots of the old Raptor R there. They're loading up here. That's pretty cool. We'll save that for the happy hour, which tomorrow we'll have. The happy hour is coming back. We had a week break from that. And we have special guest Coderman will be on because he's got a new F-150 Lightning. And he's been towing and stuff with it. And we're going to have some firsthand experience to chat with somebody about that. So I'm sure Raptor R News will get in there as well.
Good night, Honest. Thanks for joining, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Honest. But the event, as far as we'll wrap that up, the event was, it just disappeared. It was strange. I will probably be at both of those events. I know for Supercell, unless they get ridiculous with what they charge for vendor areas, we'll probably have a booth there again. I would like to do a booth at, the new one, however that works out. Thanks. And we'll see from there, but it'll be fun. Obviously, we're not just Broncos here. We cover everything in the industry. Plus, we have press trips. We got Dallas coming up, and we got a few trips.
Although the Jeep event was all on cement,
Yes.
all on asphalt, so I could see that not being very fun.
Yes, for people that enjoy having feet. Well, think about it. The weather was perfect this past weekend.
It was, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna be.
Yeah, it doesn't always represent that way over there. But I think it's cool. And then there was another one in June that popped up, which I don't know how all these Bronco events survive. Oh, you were talking about why, or somebody said, why don't they do it like in September? They have car events like every weekend, it seems like, over there. Mm-hmm. So it's probably trying to find also when can they get the event area.
Matt says, is the new top modular? Are the top side windows removable? Does the 2 doors roof have a functional gunner hatch?
Matt, I would like to answer that question. I just don't know. I think next week or so is when you see the official Ford, option list for the new 23s. I don't know. And I don't want to say, there's been so many things and rumors going around that I don't want to spoil your dreams of there, but we did, the Bronco that we were at Supercell had the gunner's top. I don't think you probably don't remember it.
Mm-mm.
But if I remember right, or one of them did over there, that had the back panel hole and then whatever, I don't know how you describe it, but a little octagon shaped hole that you could pop out.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Yeah. I don't know the appeal for me. I don't know the appeal on that one. Like, you can still have the back hardtop on, but you got just an extra hole there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know on that one for me. But it did look neat, and when they launched this with painted roofs, it did look cool.
Revy said, I've been gone too long. What dates are you doing events?
Hi, Revy. Well, we welcome you back, ma'am. We know you're a busy lady. We appreciate it. Look at Revy's a member. She's got the little special. If you're on YouTube, you can see that she has a special little badge. So, which we've got some 2-month memberships we got to get out. So make sure, if you, once again, I'm not selling this, but what did they need to do for you for the memberships? We send out lanyards at 2 months.
In the members only area, there is actually a link to a Google form to fill out with your name and address on there. So that's all I need, so I can actually get them shipped.
Yeah, that's we're not sending anything else. No spam, nothing. We just
we
can ship that to you guys.
Yeah. So we are doing a press event in October in Dallas, which is a closed event. We are no longer doing SEMA.
Yep. You guys requested it. We come to Michigan, so that's what we do.
Mark it off.
I will.
What's in September? Oh, we're gonna try to do the Bourbon Fest. We're not sure if we're gonna be able to make it, but we're gonna try to do the Bourbon Fest in Kentucky.
Expo East.
Expo East. I haven't heard about this one.
Yeah,
we've talked about it, but I didn't know.
The Overland Expo East, and it was at the Biltmore. And
that's right. That's right. We were talking about that. So
that's coming up, and that may, as far as like traveling, other than maybe the LA Auto Show, like as far as traveling for the year, probably end our
round out our year.
Yeah, unless we're invited to something special.
And then the first of next year will be Bronco Supercell East at this point, and then we will have another press event, and then the Bronco event in Gatlinburg. That's the only thing for 2023 right now.
Yeah, and then it's by February, auto stuff kicks in. We'll be at the Chicago for the Chicago Auto Show.
That's usually in February.
Into February, yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, yeah, it's nonstop.
And we still do day jobs. I don't know how we do day jobs still. But
well, this Monday was a rough one.
This Monday was a rough one.
Because partying too. We if I'm singing karaoke, I was probably drinking a little too much.
I actually told him before we start, because he was like, man, I'm tired. And I said, well, you had more alcohol in your system than anything else this weekend, so that's probably why. But yeah, if you see him out dancing and doing karaoke, then he is feeling good.
I am feeling good.
Bronco 78 says, so I thought I saw a new Bronco hardtop that is starting shipping very soon. Is that the advanced fiberglass, or is there another company doing hardtops now?
I know it's all reflective. There we go.
So you can't really see very well.
Nothing like drunk, wasted white girls. There's me and Kelly singing. I can't play the music because of copyright, but yeah. And as you can see, I'm not just singing karaoke. Old performer David.
Oh, and he was keeping the whole crowd engaged the entire time. Him and his buddy kept bro-fiving everybody. There's a short floating around. Have you launched that yet?
Mm-hmm. It's on Instagram.
The crisp high five?
Oh, yeah. Crisp high fives, bro. Hey. High five? Crisp? Not just a high five. Crisp high five.
Yeah. So crisp high five.
We're having fun. I was intoxicated, I will say. And I was like walking down the strip in Gatlinburg, and I needed some good high fives. And we had done the tasting tour all the way down. So
we did every tasting tour.
What did we do?
So we started at Old Smoky,
mm-hmm.
and then we went down to Sugarlands,
mm-hmm.
and then we went down to Tennessee Cider.
And what was her name? Katie?
Katie
was awesome. We went and saw her twice.
And then we went across the street, and our friends did the Old Smoky whiskey. We were like, nah, not doing this one. And made our way back to Shamrocks.
Yes.
And then that was about 11 o'clock, and continued to drink.
Tim, I don't discuss that channel.
And then ended up at Sugarlands. We ended up at Shamrock, and then drank our way, and then did karaoke, and the boys kept the whole crowd involved and exciting, and
it was a mess.
It was a mess.
And if you ever see me like that, that's not my normal representation. Just sometimes you gotta let it down a little bit. You gotta let the hair grow.
I
out little
videoed a
bit.
whole lot because I haven't seen it in 15 years.
Oh wait, and the best part was the final picture. This represents this is us and our friends, but this represents the whole. This is us in the man. Kelly looks freaky there with that, but because
Thanks.
it won't no, but not you, the other Kelly, but it looks like her eyes like they're not that bugged, like weird looking. It's just how the deal is. But it was like at the end of The Hangover, man. You start going through your phone and
because I did not remember taking that picture, and then I
Right.
set a video and made them all skip on the way back to the hotel that I found today that I completely forgot about too.
Jessica's
so.
called Sugar Land.
Yeah, Sugar Land.
It's a moonshine place.
Sugar Lands. Yeah.
But any other questions?
There's one you
what's up,
didn't
Soggy?
answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bronco 78. What's up, Craig? So I thought I saw a new Bronco hardtop that will start shipping very soon. Is that the advanced fiberglass, or is there another company doing tops now? I've seen a carbon fiber top out there, which
is not as expensive as I expected it to if they're doing true carbon fiber.
What was?
I want to say it's like $5 or $6.
That's still a lot of money.
I mean, it's a lot of money, but compared to the advanced fiberglass that's shipping out, it's comparable.
That's ridiculous too. But I mean, you get what you pay for.
Right.
When I say that's ridiculous. But carbon fiber, yeah, it's super light, I guess. We remember the raw carbon fiber fenders that we saw at SEMA and all that. They were like, I forget, like $3,000 or something for those, like something ridiculous, man. But yeah, and if I might be snotty about it, but if you like that look, that look for me, you start getting into carbon fiber for me, it better be on a Lambo or something fun.
Yeah.
Anderson Composites, Max said. Max, who, if I remember right, was the one asking about the
he asked if we had any updates on that. I actually honestly have not looked at that post to see what the updates are on the RPG on how that.
I would hope RPG has some sort of press release on that or something that they like, hey,
would think
this is not how it normally happens. Something. But I'm not going to, Max, I'm also not going to beat him up. I did my minute with it and
he did his WTF.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, carbon fiber might be. Yeah, Bronco 78. There, I've seen the pictures. It looks really good. I mean, I don't know. I just might as well buy a Ford factory top if you can get one. I know there's people who get the soft top and want also a hard top, but the glass and all that you got to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was asking about that as far as the porthole top and all that. I mean, Ford teased at one point the removable glass for the backs of the tops. Ford teased a lot that suddenly you don't hear about. Where's their trail maps? They were damn proud of those trail maps. And suddenly, almost 3 years later, if you think about it, ain't heard a peep. Yep. Like that, I think, like Allie was saying, sometimes you start throwing darts at a dartboard, and what might stick, you work on, and if it fell off the dartboard, you just move on. Are you guys ordering a race red replacement handles?
Michael, talking about external handles?
I don't have a race red. We have a rapid red. I've talked to Kelly about ordering rapid red
fenders,
Outer Banks fenders, because I just think it would look cool. But I mean, it's not. It's very low on the totem pole of what we need.
Talked about it.
They haven't showed up yet. I think it's next week. Let's see. Trail maps are on the
said it's all being tested. It's coming, Allie said.
Well, and I believe, like Allie, I'm shitting on that a little bit, but the problem was they shouldn't have come out of the gate with that stuff, because some people, they were interested in that. But I'll be honest, Onyx and those other companies, I would rather deal with them. That's only their business is to do that. So.
Oh, Michael asked if we were the inside handles. No, we're content with our Badlands.
Yeah, I bitched early on about the weird colors, and I still think it's kind of strange. They're weird colors for each trim, but the orange on there hasn't really bothered me. Now, we debadged it on the outside, but I didn't really kind of want to. That was by accident, really.
Yeah, because they were getting ready to wrap it.
Yeah, we were going to wrap the whole thing until I saw the color, and we'd already debadged it. And but I kind of thought, well, I'll just be unique with the little triangle badge, and everybody seems to rip them off. And
I'll be honest, it was very I was impressed with your resolution for
Oh yeah, the way we did
the
the
Badlands.
we put the All Terrain Nation logo in it, but it's in orange, so it was a little tribute to the being a Badlands.
Actually, I had a guy. Did I tell you? Oh, I talked to a guy at the ballpark a couple
Mhm.
weeks ago where he was like, "Oh, is that a Badlands?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, did you debadge it?" And I said, "Yeah," because we wrapped it and whatever. I was like, "Hey, you did this whole thing," and I was like, "Yeah, we have a YouTube on it." He's like, "Oh, you have a YouTube on it?" I was like, "Yeah, it's All Terrain Nation." He goes, "Oh, I see it on the side. Well, that's cool. My friend's getting one," and like just was talking my ear off about it, so it was pretty
Oh,
cool.
we got a recall. Bronco is in for a recall. Let you know how they do. Is it for the?
Is it
a
the
lock?
child locks or is it the windshield?
Yeah.
Or is there another one that I'm not aware of?
Allie said she 100% wanted it. What were we
Talking about the trails, the trail
the mapping
testing.
Yeah. No, I think because knowing how the numbers have come out, Jeep has said, hey, this hasn't affected our sales at all. Ford is bringing so many new people to the off-road segment, which I find to be awesome. But the problem being is some of those people are new, and they sold them on a feature that new people really, that's a good feature for if you're brand new to off-roading.
Oh yeah.
Much like I poo on the off-roadios, only because I've done this for 25 years. Like
you need to stop pooing on it, by the way.
No, but I've also said it was great for you to go to learn new things. And I think it's good for if you're interested and not comfortable with it. And don't be overzealous either with your off-roading abilities,
No. Don't put yourself in something you're not supposed to.
Yeah. So
and the gas pedal does not get you out of everything. Just saying.
If
anything, you do more damage with the gas pedal.
You can send it Moab and you might be in.
You could end up over a cliff.
Yeah, or rolling down.
Or rolling down
Gate.
something.
Um,
McDuff's stuff said for the windshield.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested about that. I've heard people say they were in and out in less than half a day or something.
But I've also heard people say it's taken them a couple of weeks because they either couldn't get into the shop to have it done, or they broke it when they put it on.
They broke the glass? Oh, wow.
And then they had to wait for another one.
Because then they're not going to let you ride out with that if they do it.
No, and because it's a safety issue
It's a liability issue. Yeah,
it's totally a safety issue. And I know people that were actually taking delivery of their vehicles, and because of the windshield recall, they couldn't take delivery of the vehicle, so it had to sit. Yeah. So
Bronco says 78 says, so many Jeepers use the Jeep badge trail app. I think that's what everybody wants from Ford. Yeah, I think they'll get to that. I really do. The badge of honor stuff,
we saw it this weekend quite a bit. It was pretty cool.
They send you that little badge. Now, I would not put that all over my. I mean, we've seen some people like Jesus is like they were.
Yeah, military. I saw this truck and I was like, dang, you've been everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, we had a Gladiator parked next to us, and yeah, I mean, I think that's really cool. It's a nice little badge too, and I think Ford will get in there. I think our problem with the expectations of Bronco is our expectations, much like when kids buy a house and they see their parents have everything, their expectations is I have to be all in and get right where my parents were. And I think with, Jeep or new Bronco owners see, Wrangler guys have all of this.
Yeah.
We need to start right where they're at.
And there's still growing pains with that.
A lot of growing pains with that. Mobile says, I bought a U.S.-made Warren winch, used it this weekend. Never a Chinese winch. I think that must be talking about winches. Man, you paid for that winch too then, Mobile. Whew. Warren thinks a lot of their American-made winches, but thank you for doing that. I bought a Smitty-built winch. I'm kind of cheap on that.
Yeah, everybody does want everything up front. They want the easy button. I was just going to say, BFG even has a trail app.
But for me, like we used Onyx a little bit. I really like it, and it syncs with your soft Microsoft
Sync 4.
Puts right on your screen, and hell, it worked out pretty good for us.
I will say we have yet to play with it too much in depth to totally recommend it because we didn't really it wasn't showing we were on a trail, but again we were having a little bit of some weird issues that day with our Sync 4 anyway. So.
Which is a little crazy at times.
Yeah.
But guess what? So is our whatever they call the Jeep version, something 4 that we have. It was this weekend. We were listening to some Joe Rogan on the way over there, and it kept just like stopping. And you had to unplug it, plug it back in. It would do it. Of course, it's not wireless.
And we thought it was the cord, so we changed out the cord to a different one, and we were still having the same issues.
It's wired in that. Wired CarPlay, but which you would think would be better than Bluetooth or I guess it's actually.
And there
Wi-Fi.
were actually a couple times that it stopped. It completely froze up. Like the screen froze up. We had to turn it off. And not the vehicle itself, but we were able to. And that would be that was the difference in the Jeep versus the Bronco, because we have not been able to, if it freezes up, we have not been able to get the radio to turn off while we're still driving down the road. But we could in the Jeep. We could get it to tell it to try again and like reboot.
Yep.
Same way, we were holding down the power button and everything, and it just didn't do. Every time your phone loses service. That makes sense.
Jeep guys can keep their ducks. You would have loved to have been where we were at then. We had, I mean, I don't poo-poo on the duck thing.
We reducked all of the ducks we were given.
I was having fun. So people were driving down the strip with their tops down or off of their Wranglers. So we would get them, and I just started trying to basketball them in the middle of their Wranglers, and they liked that. People actually liked that.
There were 2 duck fouls.
Yeah, 2 ducks died.
2 ducks died in the process. There was a Chevy Sierra. Was it a Sierra?
No, it was a Colorado.
Yeah,
it was a little one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was bigger than that. But anyway,
he said
he had a sign in the back of his window that said, "I identify as a Jeep." And so he had a bunch of ducks on his dashboard, actually. And I tried to hand it to him. As soon as I give it to him, this one pulls away and like still had it in my hand. So unfortunately, the guy didn't get it, and it died on the main strip in Pigeon Forge.
Yep. But, I know that the Bronco guys are trying to incorporate something like that. If you like it, do it, man. Don't poo-poo.
Well, and the duck thing hasn't been around that long. I was thinking it had been around longer than that, but I was looking it up. It was like 2020 from what I was looking it up.
No effing clue why, but hey, man, people, it's people having fun with their vehicles, and I can't be upset with that, whether that's your thing or not. If they're maybe new car people, and that's what made them a new car person, and that's their entryway into something. More power to them. Though I'm sure China's making a fortune on selling ducks to America. Amazon's like, more ducks, please. And we've bought some ducks to give out.
We have bought some ducks,
but it's not really we got rid of all those ducks this weekend.
I think so.
Maybe we can get rid of the Jeep now.
Yep.
All the ducks are out of it.
Sure can.
So,
we can sell it now.
Does anybody need a Jeep Gladiator? Just right at 10,000 miles. Just pre-broke in Jeep Gladiator.
And it has a 1.5-inch lift on it.
Yep. So any final call for questions? I told Kelly I was going to try to keep this one short.
I told you
tonight because just feeling run down. But we got Allie on there, and Allie spent a good 40 minutes with us. And you got to keep the good times going. What's up, Flo? Someone had a video about a radio reset. I'm sure they did. Don't take the same advice. All right, let's see. It's a way for people to acknowledge each other's vehicle, as stupid as it is, and that's true. I do understand though the point of view of like people putting stuff on your vehicle. You're like, what the fuck are you doing to my vehicle? Like, don't
especially in this day and age too. Like, there's, I'm gonna sound all preachy here, but like from a woman's perspective, there's a whole lot of like, I had to finish it off since you finished it off the last time. From a woman's perspective, there's a whole lot of like, if somebody puts something on your car, don't do that because it could be like trafficking, or it could be all these other things. So there's a lot of like fear.
Duck trafficking?
I'm just saying there's a lot of fear out there in general of like, don't touch my car, don't do these things. So I know there's a lot of people that I've seen in the different groups of like, don't put it on my car. I don't want it on my car. I don't touch things that like come to my car. Like, my car is my car.
Right.
So there's that. But then there are still a ton of people that want to play the game, that still want to do it. So, I mean,
don't hate the player, hate the game.
And if you are a ducker or a bucker or whatever, I was not going there. Don't get offended if you come back and see it on the ground, because that it may have just fallen off and the person didn't see it. That's a big preach that I have in some of these groups, because people get really offended. Like, I can't believe they threw it on the ground. It was like, unless you saw them throw it on the ground, like it probably didn't throw it on the ground. But anyway, that's my preach service.
Man, there's Kelly's WTF. As gentle as that was. All right, so it looks like we are all out of questions. Hopefully next week we have a little bit more to discuss about, some oats things and stuff like that. I know it's killing Dwayne over there at Driven Wild Outdoors to know what that is. Once again, go over to Driven and he had a little short video where he talks about his chat with a Ford engineer about some some things they are working on. So I thought that was pretty cool. He was all excited when we were up there. He was talking about it. Kelly's looking for a promo code or something. I don't know what you're doing there, Kelly.
I was looking for the discount code.
That's not in this.
Oh, you're right. It's not.
Yeah, you'll never get there tonight.
Yeah,
all right, so I'll stall so Kelly can try to find this discount code real quick. What is it? Muddy Waters 22, I think. Or
I think so, but don't mess with me yet. I'm
2022?
figuring it out.
Okay, Kelly's gonna find the discount.
You
code
stall
for
like I
hers.
had to earlier.
Okay. Tomorrow night we will have the happy hour. I will be freshly sweaty from being a softball coach, and so you're gonna get Sweaty Dave here, Sweaty Dave and the boys. But you'll get that. But we're gonna have Coderman on, and it should be fun. We're gonna talk about Ford Lightning, and I know the big 3-letter channel has talked about Ford Lightning and towing, but I want to know from a real owner's perspective. I don't want to know for somebody that's just not doing it for clicks, because they're good people over there. But at some point, it's a business, and this person, it's not a business for them. It's a new EV vehicle that they want to experience. So I'll be excited to talk about that. And anything else breaking in the news, I assume Tim Overlanding for Fun will be alongside. We'll tuck out Buck. Oh wait, I'm trying to figure out what on here. What is it? Happy hour, the after hour show is about to start. The Dave hits the sheets is what's about to start, because I am worn out. All right, so it is Muddy Water 2022.
You know what?
For the Kelly's picks.
I'm gonna add Muddy Waters because I'm gonna add another one.
So whether it be 2-wheel drive,
4-wheel drive,
it does matter what you drive. This is Bronco night here on the channel, and I want to say thank you to Allie for being on here. Allie, good luck with the power. Hope that works out for you. And you guys ever have any questions or comments, reach out to allterrainnationmedia@gmail.com. You can find us on allterrainnation.com. Instagram is a good way to get a hold of me. I actually get a lot of people reach out through Instagram, and that's always fun. I don't mind at all. We have a P.O. box if you want to have any kind of correspondence, if I could say it, that way. And once again, thank you to Flo for the heavens door back there. And Flo, I promise you, tomorrow at some point in my busy day, I will check out your SD card and see what that's about, because he had a whole voicemail he sent me of of dealing with this. Any other last final call words?
Andy said, "Well, you're doing it for clicks, but not just for clicks."
No. I mean, this is a full-time job in itself, but no, I like those guys over there. They've always been very, very nice to me, so I can't rack on them for that. But they'll end up selling it, and they'll move on to the next, probably a Rivian or
Mobile
something.
said the show's always an hour too long.
I know. Sorry, Mobile. But what else?
But
what
you
else
all
were you
stick
doing?
around.
What else were you doing? All right, we're out. Peace.
See ya.